for you so far? I know you're fairly new, but kind of just let us know how this has helped and what you've learned and why, why you love it.
So, yeah, totally. So I think I started a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
So, and I'll give I'll give a little backstory. So, because why it's helped me, definitely. So I was at a place in my life where, I didn't know which way to turn. I was kind of stuck, in and out of the church, often, and just wasn't getting what I needed, nor the support that I felt that I needed for like my family, for my spirituality, number one. Because every time, I went to a church, it was always the same thing, no matter what church you went to. And I wanted something that like met me where I was. I was able to be myself, and who I am without having to hide anything and be like a dual personality. So, when I found the group, I was like, oh, these people are cool. Like, this is neat. Everyone has a spiritual side to them, but everyone's spirituality looks different, but yet they accept each other where everyone is, and no one's right, no one's wrong. It was beautiful. I was like, this is great. So, I kind of like stalked the group for like, like a week or so. And I was like, okay, I think I should take the classes and see. I would say it was intuitive. My mom's very intuitive. I'm very intuitive, but never like intuitive as to like, okay, I can tell that person's lying, or, even just by meeting someone, like knowing, ooh, they don't have great energy. Like, I'm going to stay away from them.
You're just able to feel their vibe. Yep. Most people can too. Most people already have that and they just don't realize what, it doesn't have a label yet. They're not able to pinpoint exactly what that is yet. Ability. That is a gift. We all have. Yeah.
And I've been to a psychic, I've been to a medium, and I always thought like how cool it would be to do that. I was like, that'd be so neat, like just to help people in that way, because that's not it's just not something that's very common, especially like in my line of work, to be able to bring people that peace and comfort, what I already do, but on a different level. That would be something that a lot of people can't offer. So that'd be wonderful. And to be able to help them in that very specific way would be wonderful.
And you don't even have to share the term. You don't have to share that you're a medium with anybody, but you're still able to have access to those universal gifts just by learning them. Yeah. So it is helpful.
Cool. And if someone would want that, and with like I said, with my line of work, being a medium is something that I think a lot of people would be into.
Yeah.
Because they're like, their soul might have passed on Earth, but hasn't left the universe in a way. Right. So
still here with us. They absolutely are. Always.
Right.
Yeah. Unless they got something else to do, which is, common too. Spirits just like us, just because they've crossed over doesn't mean their personality is any different. Like, they still have places they want to go and see too. So
yeah, totally.
Here.
Because there's some of my loved ones that I've never felt a presence around me or even felt it was them. And I'm like, oh, I wonder where they are. They're probably not here, because I wouldn't want to be here if I passed on. I'd be like at the beach or Niagara Falls or someplace other than Pennsylvania. But
right, they pop in and check on us, but they don't hang out. They don't like stand around and watch us sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I know. So like, so I was like, oh, I'll check it out. So I started your class, and like immediately within like the chat, the Tribe Talk 2.0, that's one of my favorite parts, I'll be honest, because it's just like everyone, my phone does blow up, but that's okay. Everyone is like, just is loving, and they're accepting, and, in my small town, it's like, everyone's pretty traditional. If I would like walk out my front door and be like, hey guys, I have crystals in my house and I believe in spirits, they'd be like, oh, okay, we're going to stay away from you.
Let me grab my holy water.
Right. Yeah. Let me grab my holy water and just, because you're possessed, so.
Right.
And so to have like that support system to back up all across the United States is awesome,
But it reaches further than the United States. Like, another member from Australia. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even know that. That's it's so neat. So across the world, globe.
Across the world, really. Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
And then Canada. Yeah, we've got members from Canada.
Oh, that's right. I did see the Canada. Yeah, I did see that. So, what was it? Yeah. So yeah, that support system is wonderful. And I've been like deconstructing my faith. Well, I guess deconstructing what I believe in, like taking what I've heard and learned and has been beaten in my head for the past 20 some years, and like really asking myself like what I truly believe in and who I am in my faith. And this class has done extraordinary things for it. Yeah. I mean, just to be able to feel at peace and like to know it's okay to believe whatever, you know, I feel is true. And to be accepted no matter what that is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can relate with you too. I grew up Christian in the church. I am Christian and I do believe in God. Yeah. So for me to be able to step out into my mediumship and still be accepted by God, that was profound for me. And I also learned that from my mentor. You know?
It's all okay, and just that like overwhelming peace that comes with that is incredible. So
that's one of the biggest things I hear from people when they first come into it. They're kind of weary and they're kind of like they're excited, but they're shy about it, you know?
Yeah.
And then after a couple of weeks, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love this. This is exactly what I needed." Yeah. So that's pretty much the most common thing that I hear. Yeah.
Right. And your lessons are like spectacular because, you know, I've went at like to one live lesson and just everything else has been like replays and just reading, you know, and trusting your intuition. And I was doing a reading for one of the ladies at the group and like a really weird, I was like, this can't be right, but I'm going to say it anyway because this is weird. And like, I don't know where I got it from, you know, just like, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and say it and type it to her. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? That's what practice is about. And she was like, no, you're spot on. I was like, oh, okay. Like, so even like practicing, like, whoa, like it's just, it's awesome. Because I never thought it was really in me. Like when you were like, oh, give yourself, you know, a few practice runs and you'll be great. And I'm thinking, she doesn't even know me from anybody. Like, you don't know what she's talking about. It's like, holy shit, nope.
She was right?
She does what she's saying. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because we all have it. We all can do it. It's just a matter of seeing that you can do it. And then absolutely. You just do a couple practice reads and you're on point every single time, just like everybody has been so far. Nobody's ever wrong. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. That's for sure. And, I mean, I feel like my oracle cards help me a lot, because at least to focus. And I think I need that focus right now. Because I'm more spot on when I use the oracle cards than when I am. Well, I do not use the book it comes with, because I'm like, no,
good.
It's not going to tell me what, I want it to speak through. I want the spirit to work through me, not just me reading something. Right.
I'm so proud of you right now. That's awesome.
That's not okay. So hold up. Don't be that proud, because I read a comment one time and you're like, put the book down. I was like, okay, so I'm never going to even like look at the book. I'm not even going to make that a temptation.
Yeah.
Unless like I really don't know. Like there was one time, I mean, I wasn't getting anything and I was like, And it was like, I have a fairy messenger fairy deck that I'm not really fond of. It's okay. It's cool. But it's cool to have. But I was like, yeah, I'm not getting anything. I totally don't understand this card whatsoever. And I don't know what it's trying to tell me. And we read the meaning in the book and she's like, that's spot on. I was like, well, that must have been exactly what you had to hear then. Then nothing, exactly what was written.
Nice.
But yeah, that was like the only time. But I do want to get to a point where like I don't need to use them to focus on a specific topic, that I can speak to somebody without them. But at least for now, that's
they're a good tool to use to begin.
It's
a building block. It's a tool to use to get yourself into that practice mode, to get your mindset so you're able to step into the energy of awareness. So like practice, you have your card and you can read the card and it starts that. It prompts spirit to come in so you can have your energy be aware and be able to deliver the message. And eventually you'll notice that shift within yourself. You'll notice the shift of when spirit steps in, and you won't have to have the card as the reason for spirit to step in. So you'll be able to just like turn it on like a light switch. You'll be like, on now. All right, you're in that higher consciousness. So now you're activated. You're ready to go. So it really is just a tool to help you, to build you up.
And I mean, there's been a few readings that I've done that like, and I should know what claret is. I should though, because that's part of my lesson. But I don't, because it's like I don't really hear anything. I don't really see anything. Like words just come out of my mouth. I'm like, I have no idea where that came from. No idea, but I said it, so it's there.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, and like I said, I haven't been doing it very long, and it's there. I think. As long as you're willing and you tune into it and you practice, I mean, it's incredible. And I totally wouldn't be like where I am now, obviously, without the class. So
yeah,
it's spectacular. I mean, and there are classes. This is another thing. Like there are classes. Like there's one a few towns over from me. She offers psychic classes and mediumship classes, but it's like in the evening, and I have a kid, so. Sometimes it's just hard, and yours are so, I mean, if you get on the lives, that's great. And if you can't, like they're recorded and we can watch them later. So just like the flexibility of them is great too.
Yeah. And I work around everybody's schedule. So like, even if you're in Australia, I can figure that out.
Right. Definitely. So that's the nice part about it too. We can go at our own pace. I mean, reasonable, your own pace, but,
yeah, you don't want to get overwhelmed, but
no, and I wouldn't want to. That's a fact. I can't imagine that'd be insane. I wouldn't be getting anything because my brain would be on like complete overload.
Yeah, it's very important to not overwhelm yourself. It really is. To get one lesson at a time. I mean, you can watch all of them and fit it all in as fast as you can, but you'll miss out on, the valuable practice reads and the time for your mind to process all the information that you get.
Right. And I think, and I definitely think that there needs to be like not a lot, but some process time. Because I mean, like the other day I got a headache, didn't think anything of it at first. And it could just be a regular headache. Like it could be like, doesn't need to be something to do with spirituality. But the first thing that I thought of was, okay, wait, maybe where have I been today? Like there's a whole nother level of thinking that I have now. Like, where have I been? Who have I been in contact with? Like, is there anything I need to like cleanse myself of? And And I did that, and it still was there. So I took an Advil and it went away, you know, but like there is still that second level of thought that comes through your mind that maybe this is not just a headache, you know, maybe it's something else. So that's really nice to learn too.
Nice.
About your own body, right?
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, you're able to start to fine tune and pinpoint certain things about yourself that you didn't necessarily ever notice, like the headache, for instance. You instantly went and started to think about, where have I been? Who have I been around with? Because you can be psychically attacked from other people and they'll drain your energy and it will cause headaches. Or you can do too many readings and forget to cut your emotional tie with the person at the end, and that can cause headaches or fatigue or, you know, depression or anything that the person's feeling. You can start to take on those if you don't take the necessary steps and do the protocol of doing a reading the correct way. So
yeah. So it's been great, and I cannot wait to continue further. And
awesome.
And yeah, I don't even know how. Like, I mean, it's going great so far, and it's like, wow, I'm not even halfway through, like all the classes. It's like I have so much more to learn, and it's like I don't know how I'm gonna. I don't know. It's just crazy. So I can't wait till.
You're literally at the beginning of the first section.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like, I mean, I didn't know much about psychics or mediums. I mean, I knew what they were, but I didn't know much about them. Especially a psychic, because, you know, being a Christian, you have that, like they have a crystal ball and they see in the future. And I don't think a lot about being a psychic is future telling. It's really not. Like, I mean, there is some aspect of that, but it's kind of, to me, it's more like helping a person heal, emotional healing than anything.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. That's right. It's not me telling you what your future holds. It's me telling you how to get there correctly, how to take the path that's the easiest path, how to heal yourself to become a better future, a better person. Yeah. Oh, here's your lottery ticket numbers. No,
right. Like it's
how you don't have to win the lottery. You can have a perfect life if you do this and this and this. My spirit guide said so. Universe said so. If you follow it, life will be easy peasy for you. Yeah.
Right. Because someone would come to me and be like, "Tell me my future." I'd be like, "No, I can't." Like, you know,
you'll be able to do that too. You know, that's part of it. You'll be able to do that too, but that's really not what it's about.
Right. And I'd be like, "Well, I mean, like, what about it?" Right. So there's and then those people don't want to give you any more information than that. So
skeptics come. Skeptics do show up.
Right. And then I think that's the part of everything. I mean, even in hospice, like there's, believe it or not, there's skeptical people about, you know,
about death.
And I mean, it's because we don't talk as a culture about death. It's one of those subjects that people are like, nah, ain't talking about it. So same thing with psychics and mediumship. So got it coming from all angles.
Right. Well, you're processing it very well.
Oh, thank you. So I don't like rehearse in the car. I was like, what is my testimony? And I think I hit it all the points about the class that I really, really enjoy.
Good.
So
thank you. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're so welcome.
Be able to share the love with anybody else so that they can see the benefits of taking the course, basically. The benefits.
Yeah. There's a huge amount of benefits. I mean, I'm sure you can find books and websites, but then be able to have like you available at any time, just really anytime, obviously, but like, you know, we have a question.
I'm there all the time.
Right. We have a question or, you know, need some one-on-one because there's something we're struggling with, like you're there, you know? So it's not like something you just read. And I'm sure, and I was always skeptical of who I went to as my medium or as my psychic. Because I mean, you don't know someone, you know, you call a number because the TV says psychics, you know, $1 an hour, call us now, right?
Yeah.
You don't know who you're going to get on that other line. And you don't know if they're actually a good person. You don't know if they have good energy. You don't know those things. And I'd be damned if I let somebody that I didn't know, or, you know, not necessarily was an evil person, but not a great person, read me, because then you're inviting them into that space. And you don't know who they're talking to.
I feel like it's really important that you make sure you resonate with the person before you accept them. In the group we talked about, I did that little video about how to tell the difference between leading and evidential mediumship. And that's really important. It really is. Anybody can fake being a psychic. Anybody can.
Right.
The key point is you have to watch these people. You literally have to watch them. You can't just call them out of the blue. You have to watch them and then look for these key things that we talked about. Are they just leading? Can you make that description fit your lifestyle? And if you can, that's a leading reading, right? Evidential is when the psychic is telling them pertinent information that has nothing to do with anybody but that person, which is also what we teach in the symbols part of mediumship. So yeah, I teach you how to tap into that evidential information part of it. So you can separate fact from leads.
Yeah. And I've never experienced it firsthand because I've only ever seen one medium and you. So that's it. Because I was that picky, you know. But I didn't want any like bad juju or anything. I don't know. It was weird to me to like have someone come into that space into my energy if I didn't know them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, ooh, you know, I don't.
Well, then if you don't know how to cut that emotional cord from them or that energetic cord from them, you're stuck with it too, right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Right? Yeah. So it's important
not happening.
That too.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, and all the ladies in the group and men are more than willing to like help me practice. You know, I think I've thrown it out there a few times, like, hey, looking for somebody or a few people for me to send. And they're like, yeah, sure, me. It's like, awesome. You know, so the practice is always there for you when you need it, especially if you have people in your life that aren't supportive, you know, and my mom is, but as practicing, I want to practice on somebody I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, I really don't want to practice on you, Mom, because like, I know what your everyday life looks like, you know, give me somebody I don't know.
So that you can know that it's not just your imagination coming through, your ego coming through. That the information is coming from spirit. Yep. And then you get your confirmation through the practice and which is amazing. That's crazy. But yeah, it's crazy how it works. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, it's something I've never experienced before. And now I wouldn't want a life without it at all, because stepping outside the church, doing something that the church would say is evil, but I've never felt more peace in my entire life than now. So yeah, it's incredible. It is incredible
for sure.
And it's scary too until you actually do it. It's a little bit scary, bit.
First reading, I was like I wasn't off, but I wasn't on.
Yeah.
Because I was like so incredibly nervous and didn't use cards or anything, just like sat there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I've been sitting here for like 3 minutes, like I need to say something.
Yeah.
So my first, it is definitely nerve-wracking, but then like when the person I practiced with was like, okay, like step back, do this and do this, like help me along with practicing. I was like, oh, okay. So not only like are you practicing with them, but they're there for you to help grow. They want to see you grow too, you know? So
yeah, absolutely. And then everybody's at different levels of education or knowledge or whatever, abilities basically. So when you are practicing on these people, they have been where you're at before. So they're able to tell you, okay, this is a way to try it, or this is a way to do it.
Right.
So that's very beneficial too.
It's been great. Yeah. I can't say one bad thing about it. So.
Oh, yay. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you're a part of our tribe.